Hi, my name is Wendy Johnson. I'm a farmer here in Northeast Iowa. I own and operate Jóia Food Fiber Farm. It's a small to mid-scale size direct market farm. We graze sheep, cattle, poultry, pigs, as well as we custom graze cattle, 25 cow-calf per herd in the growing season. And we also have invested in agroforestry practices and have implemented and planted over 6,000 trees on this farm. And those practices include riparian buffer, restoration actually, and silvopasture, and some windbreaks or enhanced windbreaks. We also plant small grains. This year, part of our farm is planted into Kernza. We're in this next year will be the second year of production, and we graze after small grains are removed. Kernza is great because we can graze it and harvest it for seed in the same year. We rotationally graze our livestock, so they're moved during the growing season. They're moved daily on a half-acre to acre paddock size. We use the sheep, and then we follow with the custom grazed cattle, and it's a system that's worked for us very well. It doesn't leave the soil bare. It covers it, creates a mat, holds moisture more, and really makes the ground, the soil, and the plants more resilient. Plus, they're being fertilized naturally. We don't have to add any added fertilizer to the soil or to the land. So our continuous living cover practices include perennial forages, that's cool season and warm season grasses, as well as our agroforestry practices and our perennial grain. I also co-manage a family farm that is predominantly corn and soybeans, but I've implemented prairie strips in almost every single field, as well as integrating some small grain production of winter annuals into the crop rotation. We also plant cover crops, both aerial and drilled, after our annual crops to provide cover over the winter. This farm, Jóia Food Fiber Farm, is now 100% in perennials or continuous living cover. Probably the first time since it was plowed, when it was established as a farm. So it has living cover on it all throughout the year, 365 days. And that's really exciting for us, especially as we move through some of these more, with climate change, some of these more weather variabilities and climate extremes of longer periods of drought. The Kernza really helped us this year as we got through a drought. We've had less than, I think it was 12 inches of rain, and our average rainfall per year is around 36 inches. So we've seen this year and the last few, we've seen some of the impacts of drought when it comes to our grazing, and we've had to water trees since they're new, but what we've also witnessed is really the resiliency that the trees and the perennial forages have and perennial grains have offered us in terms of really saving the soil and really taking up, with those deep root structures, really taking up water. Our quality of life has definitely improved. This farm is like our our happy place. Grazing, for example, using rotational grazing, we're outdoors, we're outside working with the animals every day, specifically during the growing season. And we just enjoy being outside. It's a chemical-free environment. We don't have to use motorized, high-powered tractors, diesel, lots of fuel to do our job. This is a place that people want to be, and it's because I think we're working with nature, not against it, and we're seeing things that it's like the wildlife have come back. This place used to be what I considered almost not alive, and since we started implementing some of the perennials, the perennial forages, the agroforestry, little by little, we are seeing many more species of grassland birds, such as eastern and western meadowlarks and bobolinks and dickcissels, and more, and they have increased in numbers each year, as well as lots of different toads and frogs and snakes and insects. With each year, we're seeing improvement. And even though it doesn't rain or hasn't rained, there's so much life here, and that speaks volumes to the work that we're doing. We're raising and growing food and fiber, as well as creating habitat for wildlife. And our animals are happy. I think the wildlife is happy, and the human facilitators are also happy. If every upper Midwest farm had 40 or 100 or 150 acres that they could put into perennials, it would be a much different place.